Frack on. Welcome to another episode of Frack the Canon. I am joined by Tyler Ruiz. How are you doing, good sir?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
All right, so we're watching. What are we watching again? Oh yeah, we are watching the
The
scene
prologue.
through Jurassic World, not Park Jurassic World, Dominion. Alrighty, so I'm hitting play in three, two, one, play. Universal logo. All right.
Well, that's cool. They got
Yep.
their logo in it.
Also, this is a cool shot.
Yeah.
I've always loved the color palette of the sun setting.
Whoa.
Like if I understand correctly, this is like before humans. This is like in the Jurassic Cretaceous period, correct?
Yeah, this is the Cretaceous period.
Like, this is a beautiful shot of all the dinosaurs and the sun.
Yeah, this looks really good. Great sound design too.
Ankylosaurus was never one of my favorite. Like, I know they're kind of behind it, but the Ankylosaurus were never my favorite dinosaurs.
Yeah. There's an oviraptor.
Ooh, it has feathers. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a Triceratops, but the horns are weird. Triceratops are always my favorite dinosaurs, but that goes back to Power Rangers.
Wow.
It all goes back to Power Rangers. That's a cool. That's a really cool shot. I love how they're nerds.
The water interactivity is really good.
I love this relationship between the symbiotic relationship.
Megalodon.
Rex. That's a Spinosaurus.
Could be the Carcharodontosaurus, which is closest in size to a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Observation: the T-Rex has, I don't know, what was that, fur?
Fur or feathers. So, like, I guess
Yeah.
there's been an update on in the Discovery of Dinosaurs,
Yes.
and they think that they had feathers.
Oh yes. Because they're the closest living relative of birds.
Right.
But observation, because in Jurassic Park there's no.
Right. Which
Yeah.
is weird because
Well,
they
it's
didn't do it
'cause-
back then, right in the 90s, and now they do. So it's kind of it's like continue.
well, it's just to show that they altered the DNA
Yeah.
of frogs.
This is cool. I love the shot of the T-Rex. That's a good shot. Like, how do they not hear the people screaming in the background? Like, and also too, like drive-ins now. Like, we have a drive-in here around in Silicon Valley, But when we were in LA, were there any drive-ins around there? That you
Yeah,
know of?
there are. There's one near Buena Park,
Okay.
really big one.
Like drive-in, like where do you go to a drive-in nowadays?
Oh, that's probably the one from 93 Jurassic Park. It's got
Right?
the scars.
That's what I'm getting. Oh, look at the like these shots are dope. I love the juxtaposition between the dinosaur and the drive-in. It
Yeah.
reminds me of like the old 50s movies, you know, like the monster attack the drive-in.
Right, yeah.
Ah, such a tease.
Uh-huh.
Such a tease. Um, thoughts, Steve.
Thoughts. So it this I enjoyed the showcase of in the beginning of 65 million years ago and the dinosaurs. I thought that was really cool. But I personally didn't like the part in modern day. I thought it looked great with the T-Rex on in
Mhm.
front of the screen, but it really made me feel like the second Jurassic Park, The Lost World, which um, I think is a lot of people's least favorite Jurassic Park.
Really?
Yeah, the scene where the T Rex is running around in San Diego is
That felt
among
tacked on. I
yeah,
remember being.
yeah,
I remember feeling. I'm done with this movie.
yeah.
I like Jurassic World 2 a lot more than Jurassic Park 3. I hate Jurassic Park 3. I'll see it right now.
Uh,
Jurassic Park 3 is my least favorite of the three.
hey, Alan.
But I felt like all right. I liked. I'm like that's kind of. I wanted more of that of the dinosaur let loose in society. I'm like okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But and it reminded me of that. But I'm like okay, like Jurassic. I'm not a big fan of this franchise. I'm like you're just remaking Jurassic Park with
Well,
one with Jurassic Park and Jurassic World 2 with Jurassic Park 2, The Lost
mm-hmm,
World. So
mm-hmm.
I'm like, you've done nothing really new. It's the same. It's again episode 7. Like you're just repeating the same beats, but updating it or changing some of the names. You know, that's how I feel. I don't know. What do you think?
Um. So what's so hard about this for me personally is I love Jurassic Park. The first movie, Jurassic Park, in my opinion, is one of the best movies of all time.
Agreed.
Not necessarily because of its perfection, rather just of a cinematic experience. And they've never repeated that magic in any of their sequels.
Agreed.
Um, this it just feels a lot like them trying to do what people don't like. In general, I personally hate the case of it all because I felt like the original Jurassic Park was a philosophical examination of humanity and science, and that paired with a horror film, uh, amazing degree. And then for some reason along the way, starting with the second Jurassic Park, it went from like campy horror movie, which not scary, just kind of fun, like just a commentary on Spielberg. I know Spielberg didn't direct this, but he's one of the head producers, so
Mm-hmm.
this same thing counts. There's two Spielbergs. There's like Saving Private Ryan Spielberg, and then there's like Hook Spielberg. Um, and I feel like Jurassic Park 1 is Saving Private Ryan Spielberg, and then the rest of the Jurassic Park are like Hook Spielberg. And
Agreed.
this trailer just shouts that, people sitting in a car in a movie just not even noticing there's a T-Rex. I mean, come on. So I'm disappointed. I think it looks great, but disappointed with the flavor of the trailer.
Agreed. I just like it looks cool, but I'm like, how do you not notice that? But I
Mm-hmm.
was rewatching the movie again, and maybe because the filmmaker in me, or maybe just 'cause I grew up older. But remember the inconsistency of Jurassic Park. Like in the
Mm-hmm.
first, I remember the first time we see the T Rex, like it stomps, its footsteps creates this ripple effect. People hear it, but
Yep.
then at the end of the movie, the T Rex comes out of nowhere. I'm like, did you not hear the T Rex coming in? How the Velociraptors like into the visitor center? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how did the Velociraptors not know the T Rex coming in there? Like, what? Like, where the frack was the sound of time there? So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like even the greatest directors of all time, like
Mm-hmm.
Spielberg. I'm like, for the sake of story, let's do this. I'm like, hmm. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it's cool. Like at the end of the day, it's a movie, but I'm like, it's the suspension of disbelief. I'm like, I don't believe that people would not notice this at all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I agree with you. I'm saying that I agree with you. I'm like, I don't know. But even
Yeah.
I mean, but even Spielberg was like, let's just take this out. I'm like, but you're okay. You just broke your own rules for the sake of telling a cool story. It's
Right.
cool, but you just broke your own rules.
Right. Well, the excuse I always give the ending of Jurassic Park is they were running for their lives from velociraptors, and the velociraptors were busy hunting. Maybe that's why they didn't notice. But
Okay,
yeah, if you're just sitting watching a movie and you see people screaming and running everywhere, you're not going to be sitting there just eating your popcorn.
like
So
I'm
yeah.
still like the driving. Where do you find a driving around here? Like nowadays, like
Well, in
where?
fairness, this is like in the woods somewhere, um, close to wherever the end of the last movie was.
Right?
So yeah.
Unless you tell me it was actually like at a during the pandemic. I'm like, all right, I believe you, but I don't think it was
When was this movie supposed to come out? It was like
last year.
20,
I think last year
yeah,
during.
2020. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Wow, it's even more delayed than Top Gun.
Oh my god, that movie. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Level 1
Yeah.
to yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
was going to say level 1 to 10 excitement. I was more excited for this movie before this trailer. Um I was like a 9 for this movie. Now I'm like a 7.5.
Um,
Because the original cast coming back together, I was really excited about.
that's cool. I love that
Yeah.
because I haven't seen Laura. Every time I see Laura Dern in something, I'm like, hey, that's the chick from Jurassic Park. Like to me,
Yeah.
she'll always be like, and she's done these other great movies and everything, but I'm like,
Yeah.
she'll always to be Dr. Sadler from Jurassic Park.
Right.
I think that's her name. I haven't seen it in a minute.
It is, yeah.
Okay, and then like, what's his name?
Alan Grant.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Neil. Sam Neill.
Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. I'm like, that's for Alexander Jurassic Park. Like, even though I saw him in the tutors, I saw him in the wild, where the wild things are, or whatever. I'm like, not the wild things are. It was what we doing the Taika Waititi movie about that kid. To me, he'll always be and Jeff Goldblum's always gonna be the Fly, Earth Girls Are Easy.
Hmm.
He'll always be Doctor Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's the only reason why I'm excited for this movie is to see them. Because honestly,
Me
I am
too.
done with the franchise since Jurassic Park 2. I
Yeah.
like Jurassic Park 2. And then
Hmm.
World and the World 1 and 2, I'm like, you don't really care.
Right.
For
Well,
those
there's no
movies.
reason to care for the characters.
I
Like
really don't.
it's Force Awakens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Man, I think that's it. I think I got
Yep.
nothing else to add. I got nothing to say.
Yep. Right there with you. Oh, one thing though.
Yes.
The first appearance. This is the Marvel connection. The first appearance with Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum together since Jurassic Park is Thor Ragnarok.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Wait, what was it? You're right. They were the Ragnarok. Taika
Yeah.
Waititi, you genius bastard, you. Oh,
Yeah.
Taika is
So
a genius.
yeah, there's that Taika connection.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Tyler. Thank you for joining me for this
No
episode.
worries.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you same fracking time, same fracking channel. Frack off.